Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Bernie teaming up with Elon. Last week, we talked about how there was a progressive plan in the works to oppose Trump by supporting him. The idea is to get Trump to carry out some of his campaign promises that are items that have been on the progressive wish list for a while. If they can actually get the promises turned into action, it's a win. If Trump refuses, well, it becomes very apparent that Trump never intended to act on his promises. Senator Bernie Sanders took to social media to post, quote, "Elon Musk is right. The Pentagon, with a budget of $886 billion, just failed its seventh audit in a row. It's lost track of billions. Last year, only 13 senators voted against the military-industrial complex and a defense budget full of waste and fraud. That must change." Sanders has long sought more efficiency in defense spending, and well, pretty much all spending actually. So, this isn't a departure from his previous positions in any way. Even though this is completely in line with his beliefs, seeing a capitalist tech bro and a not even a Bernie bro, just a Bernie, team up is surprising. The real question here is where the cuts will come from and how they'll get through Congress. Typically, efficiency rules do not work with the military. Generally, one of the first things efficiency experts look for is redundancy. Redundancy in the military is pervasive because it's absolutely necessary. Most Fortune 500 companies don't have to worry about a competitor taking out all of their transport in a surprise attack. So, skipping over that, they'd look at unnecessary locations. Those exist. There's a bunch of military installations that aren't actually necessary, but shutting them down is devastating to local economies. Most in Congress will fight against that idea because they'll worry about losing a base in their own state or district. They could focus on force reduction, but Congress will push back against that because of the briefings they've had on facing near peers in the future. Then you have the procurement and R&D. There will be pushback over maintaining the U.S. military edge. So, where does that leave us? Rather than deep cuts to something they can frame as wasteful, you'll probably see shallow cuts spread out. Well, at least that would make the most sense. The other place you could see cuts that would be framed as defense is veterans care. You're already seeing some think pieces that seem to be attempting to get people ready for it by pointing out how the amount of money being spent on vets has skyrocketed. Politically, there's a lot of money to be trimmed. And while every politician says they care about vets, they'll put up less of a fight over veterans' benefits than they would about base closures. Just as a reminder, the amount spent on veterans care has skyrocketed because we were at war for 20 years, and that created a lot of vets with service-related disabilities. So, does all of that mean that there isn't a way to make cuts? Of course not. It's just not simple. It can be done through an intense review by people who actually understand the military. It wouldn't be fast. You're probably talking about more than a year to get the recommendations. Is that what's going to happen? Probably not. This is a Trump initiative, which means appearance will be more important than results. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.